This is exciting because this is where it all becomes official. We're going over your contract, which is located in Docusign, and we're going to start with property, which simply means that Rausch Coleman agrees to sell you the property and you agree to buy it. Now, conveyance means that once we've received the full purchase price of the property through the method that we've checked above, we're going to issue what we call a warranty deed, which conveys that there are no liens or encumbrances on the property. If you desire more title insurance than provided, that will be your cost. Buyer financing options. That means if you go out and get a mortgage, there are loan origination fees, application fees, that sort of thing. That's your responsibility. If you cannot obtain financing and Rausch Coleman finds financing for you, you need to have the application and documents to the lender within 5 days. Closing. This is the estimated closing date. I cannot stress that enough. It's sort of like having a baby. You get a due date, right? But that can move one way or the other, and construction is very similar. We live in Oklahoma. We have tornadoes, high winds, we have damaging rains that can affect the soil. All of that can affect your closing date. So what I'm going to do is give you a call 30 days before the closing and let you know everything's on track. Then and only then should you give your 30-day notice to your landlord and your utility company. This way we avoid some unnecessary fees and rents. Again, I'm going to stress the closing date can and likely will change. Closing agent. This means you can select any title agency that you want within the county that the property is located. Then we go to proration, taxes, assessments. It's all Rausch Coleman responsibility during the build and until we close. Once we close, then the taxes are your responsibility. Page 3, if you've chosen to go with our preferred lender, then you've got some money coming to you in the way of options or closing costs, so a nice going there. Now, I want to read this line to you. This is very important. It's underlined there. You'll see it. If a loan is secured for the purchase of the property, buyer agrees to pay for a mortgagee's title policy and all of the buyer's title agency fees. Very important there. Next, we go to construction. This is simply what you've chosen. Either a home that's completely built, which we call a spec, or a spec that you've chosen some options on, still in construction phase, or you've decided to build from the ground up. Subdivision homeowner association fees. A lot of people ask us, are there HOA fees at Rausch Coleman Properties? And the answer is yes. They range from $110 to $250 a year, and that takes care of the lawn mowing and upkeep of all the common areas. Your earnest money deposit, that check you gave us, we're going to put that towards your closing cost or the purchase price of the home upon closing. Page 4, fixtures and attached equipment. This is your light fixtures, ceiling fans, stove, that sort of thing. It'll all be transferred to you upon closing. Risk of loss. If there's a fire or a tornado or some other damaging event, you don't pay a penny out of your pocket to rebuild. We assume that responsibility here at Rausch Coleman, and then when we close, you'll have insurance that'll take care of all that. Assignment. This states that the real estate contract may not be assigned, and in the event of an assignment, it null and voids that 210 warranty. This is during the purchase process. So say a couple of weeks from now you decide, I don't want this, I don't want to do this, I want Uncle Joe to take the responsibility. We cannot do that. Page 5, check your name and address, make sure that that is correct. And then we're going to go down to disputes. You agree not to sue Rausch Coleman, we agree not to sue you, and if we have a dispute, we all agree to go to arbitration. Termination of the contract. If we terminate this contract, Rausch Coleman has the ability to sell the property afterwards. Confidentiality. Everything here remains confidential until closing, and then we have to file it as a matter of public record. Attorney approved. This means that a licensed attorney has reviewed and approved this contract. And then we go back to the special warranty program. This is the 210. So you've got the 1-year builders, you've got the 2-year on plumbing and electrical, and then structural is covered for a whopping 10 years. Now we've included some information on the warranty in your packet, so you'll want to go in there and program the number on your phone. In the event that something happens with your house, what we want you to do is call 602-6686 extension 105, report the problem, then call me. That way I can follow up on it. Page 7, construction selection. So if you did select any upgrades, those are all in there. Also want to let you know that if you've gone through our model home and you've seen the quality materials that we use there, we're promising that we're putting the same quality materials into the home that we've got for you. The construction site, we encourage you to come out, watch the progress of the home being built, right? So if you do come out, what I suggest is you stop by the model home and visit me or call or text. That way I can tell you if they're doing something particularly dangerous in the home that day. Having said all that, the liability for accidents and injuries is all on you when you enter this construction site. Ownership, we own the blueprints, and that means that you can't come in and find your favorite floor plan and then go have another builder build it for you. Pretty simple stuff. Page 8, the right to repair. If you do have an issue that pops up and it's a warranty claim, you're giving us permission to come in the home and fix it. We're, of course, going to notify you first. Vegetation maintenance, we put sod in the front and then the back of the house. We've got a tree there and some shrubbery. So we're taking care of it with our lawn care company, but once we close, that's your responsibility. Dispute, want to go over that again real quick? We're not going to sue each other. We're going to go through arbitration. And contingencies, any contingencies that we put in the contract are located here. Go over those, make sure they're correct, and then we get some final signatures. And I say congratulations on the purchase of your new home.